Hey, yo, what is going on, team? Just wanted to jump on here and give my trade recap for tonight. Just wanted to explain what's been going on, right? Um, so after Wednesday's loss last week, or was it the week before? I think it was last week. Um, I decided to take the rest of the week off to come back, this week to start fresh. And what ended up happening was that Monday I actually got caught up with some stuff. Um, and Tuesday there was Red Folder news. So JBP as well as Euro has some Red Folder news, and as well as all the PPI, NFP, all of that stuff was this morning as well. Wednesday morning as well. And what Price likes to do is it likes to manipulate, especially around London session time. It starts to manipulate. Majority of the time, it kind of manipulates and until those red folder news comes out. So I'd rather just stay out the markets and and um just you know the market's all based about probability, and probability decreases a lot, especially trading around those red folder news times. So today I did get it back on the charts. Unfortunately, it was another loss, right? So I'll just kind of give my narrative on what I was kind of looking for, in terms of why I took this trade, and the reason why. Oh no, sorry, why I took this trade, as well as my thought process um, throughout the trade when I was in it. So, um, I'm recording this around 12, just because I wanted to see how the trade played out, um, which unfortunately would have been a loss. But again, if we did hit that this high here, it would have been a break even. As a trade tried to play out, we almost got to these highs, and we just continued to dump here. Like, it was kind of like a order block here. But I do think that we also tapped into a um 1 hour Fair Value Gap, which was up here as well. So that kind of maybe pushed price even further down. So we got that reaction from that 1 hour Fair Value Gap there. So so coming into market open, I'll get my high time frame bias, right? So this trade was taken on gold, um, and high time frame narrative. I was kind of bullish, just because we disrespected this bearish fair value gap here. So I'm thinking that, hey, like, we're ready to go higher, and at least take out these highs and then hit this 4 hour fair value gap and just see what we do there, right? So what do? We use this 4 hour inverse to then take out these highs, as well as um taking out these highs. We also close above this 4 hour bearish fair value gap. So I'm like, okay, cool. My POIs, or like my narrative, is now that I see that, hey, um we have a 4 hour fair value gap bearish one that was disrespected, and we inversed it. Price used it to displace. So I was just kind of looking to see if we could kind of catch that leg back up again. So using this 4 hour inversion as well, and went on a 1 hour to see where we could take a trade off, in terms of if we could sell, or could we have bought somewhere. Um, and high time frame POI is like, we react from them. So it's just a matter of um where, right? Like where can we kind of get an entry using a high time frame POI, right? So at the time, this bearish 1 hour wasn't formed at the time, so my confluences were taking out these lows as well as hitting this 1 hour Fibeli gap here. Um, so this was a draw on liquidity for me to go for longs today. So and that was kind of my narrative built, right? So I see that we start making some legs down. Um, I wasn't worried about this 4 hour Fibeli gap being closed below here just because we still had a couple more hours before. Sorry, super yawning. We had a couple more hours before whether the 4 hour candle closes below this Fibeli gap or not. So and yeah, like the POIs that I had that built my narrative was the fact that we took out these lows as well as tapped into unmitigated high time frame POIs, which was at the time this 1 hour Fibeli gap. So with that in mind, once we got that tap into, whoa, what was that? So as you can see, London session opened around here, and as you can see, we made some legs down to take out these lows, and I wanted to see what do we look for, right? We're looking for an inversion, right? Some early signs that we could be flipping. So as you can see, we get a nice closure above this 5-minute bearish fair value gap here. And once we get that bullish push above it, I was kind of just looking to see how we reacted from this POI, right? And take into account that even if we did close below this fair value gap here, I was still willing to go long just because of the range that we've put in. So we put in a low, we put in a high. I'm still willing to go long from these areas if we did have our entry models. So the mistake I made was that I did not follow my entry model. Like I think not trading for a couple of days have made me super sloppy in terms of what I should be looking for and sticking to that one plan. But I did have like kind of a thought process that I tried. Yeah, but unfortunately, we did not get that kind of push through as we always try to look for, or that we hope to get. Once a trade displaces to a high, a high like this, it's high probable that you will be catching that next leg up. So, though I didn't follow my entry model, I did think that the trade taken was a solid trade. I'm not gonna lie. So, as you can see that we were kind of hovering around this 5-minute inversion a lot. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm on the 1 minute, and I'm having a look to see what we do around these highs, right? So at the time, we get a tap back into this kind of range here, and with that tap, it makes a high, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. Like if we get, like we put in a high and we put in a low, if we get a push past these highs, right? Ideally, that we shouldn't come back even low. We should be displacing from this high, right? But what did we get instead, right? We get, as soon as we take these highs, right? We tap into that mitigated 5-minute fair value gap before we displace back down. We take out me as well as these lows down here, and we get our entry model. Like And I'm like, oh my God, like this is a prime example of like sticking to the plan, right? Because we did not get a we did not get an entry model um here. Um I think I was kind of greedy, not gonna lie. But as you can see that we kind of didn't really get a solid entry model. Besides that idea of that saying that like, hey, if we're willing to go higher, we will go higher. And um and that ideally once this highs gets taken, ideally we should displace from it. So once we did get that displacement, but again we tapped into this 5 minute mitigated POI, which we came down and took out me as well as these lows down here, and we get our entry model, which would have been after the fair value gap was closed above. Um, yeah, it's closed above. We get a nice tap back into it. Um, and the trade would have looked something like maybe this. Stop below these lows and just probably would have targeted these highs up here for 1 to 3. So um yeah, I would say like I just gotta stick to my entry model, right? Because um what's interesting about this is that I tried an idea, and what ended up working majority of the time was my entry model, right? But I tried an idea, right? So let me get rid of this. Is it this or this one? Or is it this one? I have no idea which trade is which. Oh, let me bring that back. So, this trade did not even last long. um, but again, we get that liquidity sweep, that internal liquidity sweep. We get a nice push up. We get a nice closure above these highs. On sorry, we inverse this 1 minute here, but again, we wait for this 1 minute to be inverse. We get a nice retracement back into it. And it holds really, really nicely, and we get that push up, but ideally, we would have gone break even um, by the time that we take out these highs. So, yeah, I just gotta say that I gotta be real strict, like how I'm strict with my risk management at the moment, as well as my psychology as well, and just sticking to that one trade a day. I also gotta remind myself that hey, um, like when I do hit those break even points, it's okay for me to get stopped out like really really quick and going break even for the day, and even my losses as well. Like it's okay if the trade reverses on you straight away. Just means that I mistimed a trade or something like that. But I just need to remind myself that it's okay to um it's okay to be out of a trade really really quickly, just because I gotta remind myself that the trades that I am taking, they are on the 1 minute time frame, and it could be super super um super super the reactions are super super fast. So yeah, I would say interesting kind of fake out here as we get that displacement above. But what we ended up doing was like taking out these lows once again, because as you can see, like we get that sweep of these internal lows. and we get that slight displacement up. And normally, like, this is kind of accumulating. We take out these lows, we accumulate more to fill orders, and then we kind of just displace up. Like, we just get a nice push through, but ideally, oh no, well, today we didn't get that today. What we did get was our entry model. um but happy to go break even at that point. So um again, yeah, just gonna remind myself, stick to the plan, stick to the entry model, and yeah, and we'll make it through. But yeah, I'm back on the grind. My schedule's freed up now, so I'm trying to balance this whole work and trading thing, as well as jumping into full-time, like, proper career job next year Feb. So yeah, New Year's has been kind of hectic, and Christmas time coming up, and gift exchange day, that's what me and my girl call it. um so yeah, it's a busy time at the moment. So but yeah, I've been itching to get back on the charts for a decent while now, within that week. So I'm glad to be back on. Unfortunately, it was a loss. We will take the loss, and we will take it under the chin, and we'll move on. And yeah, I would say the one thing definitely need to learn today was stick to the entry model, right? Stick to the entry model, and stick to what I know. As you can see, that the trade played out, and we would have got stopped out at break even, but at least it would have been break even and not a loss. So yeah, I'm happy with how that kind of played out. um Even though we did take a loss, we were somewhat right in the direction, not direction, but like sort of right. I mean, the narrative was there. Just unfortunately, we couldn't get that trade to play out. So yeah, that kind of wraps it up for today's video. I got work tomorrow, but I will get these videos pumped out. Um, on the day that I do take the trade, just so I'm not slacking on my journal videos, and that I'm getting them out to you guys as soon as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching. God bless. Take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.